Just for the podcast listeners, this episode is going to be available on YouTube as well. There are some videos that you will hear in this podcast that you can see on the YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the episode.
G'day, it's Brad here, and this is the Man Cave 4301 podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the Man Cave 4301 podcast. I'm your host, Big Kev. I'm sitting here with Brad, the Madman, and we're going to talk about his journey through Instagram and what his goals are and all that, and have a few laughs on the way. He's joined here by...
It's Casey Meredith from Meredith Metalworks.
Good on you, Casey. Blood Brothers.
You all know Casey.
You all know Casey. Excellent. Well, so I guess we'll start off with... I would hazard a guess that you would be centre of attention since school, yeah?
Well, yeah, you're not far off there. I was definitely a handful, but yeah, I was a larrikin. Got me in the shit heaps, but it's just sort of, it's wired into me. Wired into me, I don't know.
So how about we go over the start? We'll go back to February... Well, 21st of February 2017 was the first post that I could see on Instagram there.
All right, what? Insta, yeah, right.
Yeah. So what was the whole motivation of starting an Instagram page and putting yourself out in the public?
The motivation was, and still is, it always has been purely just to entertain. When I started it, there was no... I wasn't hoping to, turn it into something, a living, but it just slowly panned out that way. But Insta, I actually only started pushing Insta. I'd done a couple of posts and then I just stopped using it for ages, and Facebook sort of plateaued. So I thought, maybe I'll jump over to Insta and start posting more on there, and it's just been booming.
Yeah, business is booming. Well, you are quite entertaining. I mean, I've had a few laughs out of it myself. And, I think, when you're talking social media, I hate Facebook.
Yeah.
They just don't do anything right. So there's too much censorship and all that sort of garbage.
Yeah.
So
I've had a couple of irky moments for myself. That a video where I filled up all the water balloons with helium. And I had my daughter, she was two or maybe just 3 at the time, and she had no shirt on, little 3-year-old girl, and people were reporting it as nudity, and it's cringy to think what sort of people look at that and go,
Yeah, you can't even take photos of your kids in the bath or anything like that, and unfortunately, there's just too many bloody creeps out there now. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can understand why they do it, but it just gets a bit too much after a little while.
I always tell my daughter that monsters are real and they look like normal people.
That's exactly right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So going into the 21st of February, your first post was I saw this post go, I don't know if it was on Bloke's Advice or it was somewhere, someone had posted it up somewhere, but from that moment I was hooked.
Yeah, righto.
So, and I think the quintessential video that hooked me up was, it had to be the jackhammer.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're going to play that there. Some crazy antics from Brad.
Fuck, I am bored. Yeah. Durry's in the pocket. Bad boy.
Stop whinging. He just can't leave me alone. Like a mozzie. Get out of here. Go on. Get.
Yes! No rape for me. Yeah, it does feel like a lifetime ago.
How do your workmates deal with you? Like, are some of them like really into it, or you just have someone like, nah, just get the camera away from me?
Nah. Most of them were pretty good. Not even the bosses. They followed me at the time, and which was pretty unusual. I thought as soon as the bosses caught wind of the videos, off you go, mate. But no, they were not too bad about it. They had to crack down on a bit. Back in them days, I didn't have to really censor much at all.
Yeah.
And nowadays I've got to be more careful because the numbers are growing and more impressionable eyes watching.
Yeah, well, fast forwarding into 7th of March, going into with your workmates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They enjoyed joining in.
Yeah, some were happy to.
Yeah,
Casey was good. Yeah, he was.
This guy.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah, he
It's called
copped a
crusher
bit.
dust, right? Because when you sprinkle it on someone, they get a crush on you. Show you.
I felt like a proper bully when I done that.
Did it work? Did it work?
Yeah, he had a busted hip.
Did you did all right to
Finish it
chase him down?
Yeah, old Casey, he was good. He was he loved it. But yeah, that old company just went slowly. We could all see it going, and it just went under.
Ah, right. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's that explains later on.
Yeah.
So is this the Casey that was in the video?
No, different
Casey.
Caseys. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit how about you and Casey met and how.
It was with those same employers.
Yep.
And we moved to different jobs, and they brought Casey in to do what our boss had done, to do it right. Get rid of what had already been done, and Casey came in and showed our boss how to actually do it.
Yep.
And Casey's old boy took over the whole show, and it was just too far gone. Couldn't save it. It was unsavable.
Yeah. Right. So was it just road construction and?
Yep. All subdivisional civil. Well, yeah, big jobs and
Yep.
it was the whole works.
Fast forwarding again to 22nd of June, 2018.
Oh yeah, righto.
This is what it brings me to, and
This is one of my favourites. Yeah.
Maybe I'll start doing some advertising. I might get some stuff for free. Coolridge. When it's too cheap to pay for Mount Franklin. I don't leave the house without my Bonds double-layered underwear. Bonds. Fart with confidence. When I'm feeling tired, I drink ice break ice coffee. When I've had a huge night party, I can't get through a day without my ice break. And if you drink any other iced coffee, you're a piece of shit. If I've been up all night from doing sex, then I have a Barocca twist and go. Puts the pep back in me step. Barocca twist and go is like effervescent cocaine. Next time you need to get away from the boss fast, Red Bull gives you feathered wings. Fuck. Next time you need to get away from the boss fast, Red Cow gives you wings.
How much was I drinking that day?
I reckon.
Brad's pissing again.
No, just-
Yeah, that was one of my favourite videos. That I thought that's a beauty.
So I know firsthand doing YouTube videos and stuff how much time it takes to edit a video.
Yeah.
Like a short clip like that can take up to upwards of 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's very time consuming as well.
Yeah.
So
I went through a few different editing programs back in the early days. I thought I had a good one, and then I'd try a different one and realise all this time I've been busting my ass with the other one. But I ended up falling on that GoPro Splice for all the mobile videos. So every video I posted until I worked with Trade Tools was all done just on my iPhone.
Yeah, that's how I started out. But as soon as you get something on a PC, it really speeds things up, and you can really get into the nitty gritty of stuff as well.
Yeah, it's done the opposite with me. I've gone from fast on mobile, now I go to PC. And because I'm importing so many different, like the audio files from different places, and I've got to try and get them all into one area.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm learning. I'm a quick learner. And quick is a relative term.
Oh.
Quick compared to grass growing.
So the next one brings me to when the work finished, and I've got to say this is one of the this is one of the most hard hitting,
You can see the despair.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did a very good job of that.
Yeah. I was out the back spitting on my hands and rubbing dirt. And, yeah, Crystal's just waiting patiently to take the photo.
How does your missus take it all?
No, she's good.
Yeah.
She, well, when she first met me, I was like crazier than this. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she settled you down a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. This is a more settled version of me.
Yeah, wow.
And, yeah, she sort of reeled me in a little bit.
That'd be interesting to watch.
It was sort of bordering self-destructive. But
Yeah.
you know how we are when we're young.
Going on through to 29th of June 2018.
Yeah, this is when I work with Zane and Chris.
Thought you'd do a movie audition.
You gotta love that, eh? First thing in the morning. Oh, fucking sump oil. Good for your lips, but. Hey there. Just going to terrorise the town in a minute. I'm just going to wash my hands first. So it turns it's a lot harder to remove than I thought.
It took 2 days to get off.
Really?
Don't rub sump oil into your eyeballs, because the shit you have to use to try and wash them out is excruciating. And as you can see, absolutely successful. I feel so fucking pretty right now.
What possesses you to do something like that?
Most of my videos are literally, I'll look at something and just think, it's just like, poof, I might do this, see how that goes. And yeah, it's just every video sort of, I've never scripted any, they're just sort of on the fly, making them up as I go along.
That was actually going to be one of the questions, is how much planning goes into a video. It's just mainly all off the cuff.
Yeah, because I've scripted a couple and tried to plan them out so I could, feel like I'd deliver the punches in the video more successfully. But you can tell that it's scripted, and I think there's nothing more cringy than watching someone pretend that something isn't scripted. As soon as you see that they're acting, it's like, oh, well, next video.
Yeah. There is a lot of that. Yeah. I know one of the people that I'd love to get on the show was Jackson Adoldi, and I know a lot of planning goes into some of his videos as well. So, and you can sort of see that as well, but still very bloody entertaining.
Yeah, I've watched heaps of their stuff, most of their stuff, and how their success has just gone crazy. But I've always sort of told myself I'll never sort of rely on that jackass sort of style of gimmicks and people getting injured and laughing at other people's expenses. I never want to do that to try and grow.
Yep.
I feel like with us, someone would actually snap.
Yeah.
It would be all fun and games, then
next thing,
one of us would do something,
then we're snapping in the hospital.
Yeah.
Broken orbital.
One of my favourite videos of yours is how you taught your daughter about bullying.
Yes.
That is one of my favourite videos because, I mean, it just shows a whole different side to you. That it's not all fun and games.
That's right. A lot of people probably assume that most of them never mature, I suppose, but a lot of I try and teach especially my daughter, all the lessons I know now I wish I had known when I was younger,
Yeah. And I think the way that you went about it was perfect as well with the apple. Just for the listeners that aren't going to be watching this on YouTube, but you essentially get two apples, and you treat one like garbage, and you mollycoddle the other one, and then you cut them both open, and the one that has obviously been bashed around doesn't look the same inside.
Or busted up on the inside. Looks the same on the outside.
On the outside, absolutely. I think that was a really tasteful way of engaging with a young child.
Bullying's going to be a big part of my kids growing up. I'm going to make sure they know everything about it, because
it's a crazy world now, man. You
it's scary is what it is. It's
different to when we were at school. You could sort somebody out at school, but now
you can't escape it now. You go home and social media is still a route for bullies to attack. Scary.
So just for the viewers on YouTube, we'll just play that video.
2 apples. They look the same. Yeah. You stink.
You stink.
Give it a push. Now we're saying nice things to this one.
You're pretty.
You're the best looking apple. I had to edit it right down. What about this one? But
So it fit.
we done a lot more than the actual video shows.
I don't like you.
Do they look the same still?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, shall we find out if they're the same? Alright, so we're going to cut them open and see what they look like on the inside. This is the one we said nice things to. One like that. That's a good looking apple. Oh,
Yeah.
when you say mean things to people, you heard their insides. They look the same on the outside.
I want to eat one.
Yeah, eat the yummy one then.
It's so great how innocent they are, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
and getting them at that young age, teaching about that is just fantastic.
Definitely.
I work in security, and I deal with kids out on the street a lot, and it breaks my heart, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm scared for when they go to school, and it's like, they're either going to be an aggressor or a victim. Like, it seems like no matter you're going to fall into one of them categories at some point. It's horrifying. I hope that they're not bullied but it's easier to deal with if they become a bully. I'll be able to teach them that it's, snap them out of that way easier than trying to teach them how to
deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, no, my boy's 7 now. He's in school. My kid, my youngest one's going to prep this year.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Charlie's done pretty well, actually, to be quite honest.
Yep. The old garbage guts.
So yeah, 12th of July, we get introduced to garbage guts. So we've got a mini garbage guts down here. I thought, if he doesn't bring one, I'll make my own.
Yeah.
So I'm on site all by myself today.
A lot of people think this is where the first video I done.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Who the fuck are you? Well, come on then, mate. Let's go in the posse track together. I think he likes it. Fucking hell, garbage guts. You can't drink that shit. It's fucking poisonous, mate. Don't fucking whinge to me. I told you you'd get crook. You can't drink fucking thinners, mate. Hey, wake up. He's fucking dead. But I told you not to drink it. I told you. I warned you, mate. As long as no one finds out, that should be sweet. Hey fellas. Hey, how much did you say? Hey, fuck. Oh, they're fucking everywhere. A whole bottle of thinners. Fellas, I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault. He insisted on drinking it. I didn't tell him to. I told him not to.
All day, yeah. Yeah, they used to just leave me on site. I was the only one on site.
So that job was obviously the one after the...
No, that was the the first company I was with, and that it was a slow.
demise.
Okay.
It
was a slow death, a painful death for the poor company. Yeah.
And for you guys, I'd assume too, knowing there's this impending doom, like it's going to end one day.
It was it got a bit hostile at the end because everyone could see it coming, but the bosses kept telling us, no, it's fine. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, one day because we're all casual, they just said, shoot, that's it.
I went through the same thing actually, yeah. And,
but we all sort of started making contingency plans anyway because we knew it was coming.
And then this video pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. I was taking the piss, but I actually went into a pretty big slump when I was unemployed.
Yeah, well, that happens, I mean, being out of work sucks. I hate it. I've got to be doing something.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but this one really hit home for me because the music is just devastating.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I wept a little bit.
Tell me of familiar faces worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow, no tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know how to pull the heartstrings, mate.
Yeah. That's how that. Yeah. That's how I ensure pity off the missus too. You know, 1 week she'll start getting grumpy at me, and then I'll just do something like that, and she go, "Oh, you poor thing."
Oh.
And I can play Call of Duty for another week.
We'll skip to the 12th of Jan. You posted a video. You put up a GoFundMe account for a water slide.
Yes. Yeah.
How'd you go?
Well, what did we get? 1680.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So my goal was 500, and I thought that'll cover all the plastic and underlay, and it wouldn't have the underlay. Out.
Ridiculous.
Jesus,
We
man.
had no idea.
I've got so much underlay at my, like, all rolled back up in my lawn. There's no, I'm just going to keep it to make another slide one day.
Or if there's any carpenters out there.
Yeah. If you're looking to buy
Good
some
price,
underlay,
mate.
I've got a lot. Heaps of it was brand new out of the
Oh,
rolls.
wow.
Yeah. And,
Wow.
it's just sitting there.
You got a fair haul of pool noodles too.
Oh yeah, you got bull noodles for days, mate.
We got all the stuff for the slide. Look, a bunch of noodles, heaps of cool. Oh, it's all happening, guys. It's all happening.
Slowly coming together, guys. It's a pretty tricky build. It took ages to build.
So this is going to be our edge buffer. Folded up foam all the way down so the kitties don't slide off the edge. So guys, the skeleton's pretty much all put together.
I'm pretty impressed at how
Pinned
taut you
down
got
on the
it.
edges.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
and soft underfoot.
Yeah.
Until you
He
get down
actually
there,
sat
it's a bit
there
rough, but
and
you
he
know,
was yelling at
what do
me.
you do?
He was
Yeah.
yelling at me when we were making it, just flipping his shit, saying, "No, tighter."
They're trying to cut corners while we're doing it. Like, no, if we cut corners, we won't end up with good
It's
slides.
not making the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Well, it was to me, mate. Look how happy we were.
I know, right?
Yeah,
can
I've
you
never
deny a
crossed the
smile
Sydney
like
Harbour
that?
Bridge and smiled like that.
Actually,
So that was a 4-part video. It's the first multi video I've ever put on there. But I wasn't going to make that video of the slide. I got all the footage, and I thought, watching it before I put it all together, I was thinking, I'm not sure if it would be fun enough to watch. Like, I don't think it'd be captivating.
Yep.
And I put it all together and put the music over it. It took me ages to pick the track to put over it.
Yep.
And then once I had done it all and got it together, I watched it and I thought, shit, that's good. I was watching it smile and thinking,
Yeah.
yeah, it made me happy.
That's pretty much like a fast forward through your Instagram there of where you come from, and then all of a sudden you're working for Trade Tools, and
All of a sudden. Absolutely.
how did that come about? Because you know how social media works. There's a lot of rumours come out, and one of the rumours that I heard was that you got fired.
Oh, yeah, I was, yes. Yeah, I've been sacked a lot.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm pretty, I try to be pretty transparent and, like, genuine with everything I do. I sort of live my life out loud.
Yep.
And, I got, I was working, I won't say the company.
Yeah.
I shouldn't. And so we were sorting rubbish at a dump, and the shit that we sorted through would go to landfill.
Yep.
Look at all this wire. Look at all this copper wire. These guys are burying money, eh? So I just bundle up the old wiring and shit, and it'd take like a week to get a decent little pile there. And then I figured, I'll throw it in one of the skip trucks. He can go and flog it off on the weekend to the scrapyard, and money for nothing. Money for jam.
Yeah.
And, apparently not.
Common sense, eh?
Yeah,
Why would you throw away money?
Yeah, well, that's it still irks me because the other option is it literally goes into landfill. That's it. It will go and rot underground for the next however many thousand years. But yeah, but because they're a big company, one of the blokes there reported me, which shocked me. I was aghast when he reported me.
There's someone you thought you trusted.
Yeah, we were mates, yeah. yeah, we were getting along well, but it was his duty to report something like that.
He was a
anyway, so-
superior.
yeah, he was. Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, yeah.
But,
That's a
you know,
difficult
shit
spot
happens.
to be in, you know, like,
Yeah, it actually worked out perfectly. I was going down and doing a couple of days here and there with trade tools prior to that, and I was starting to think, how am I going to juggle a 61-hour-a-week job with trade tools that wants me more and more and more?
Hmm.
And I was stressing about it, like I haven't got enough time to give to
Dude, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
I'm 7 days
not
a
enough
week.
hours in the day.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah. And just to get ahead, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's so expensive. If you want to live,
Everything is expensive.
yeah. If you want to live a comfortable life, someone's got to work their guts out to do it.
And for those of you who don't have kids yet, you wait. You wait.
So how did it come about? Because the other story that I heard was that Trade Tools contacted you.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They email influencers and social media sort of presences that in Queensland, I think they try and target, and it's like a copy and paste sort of email.
Yep.
We offer a couple of X amount of gift cards. You go in, buy whatever you want, and just do a post saying Trade Tools gave this to me and blah blah blah. And I got a bit annoyed because I've done work for a few companies and they've stitched me, like I've earned them a fair bit of money, and they haven't given me what I feel like I should get for the exposure I provided.
Yep.
And I said that to Trade Tools. I was sort of like, well, just piss off. I'm not interested. It's offensive that you can't even type my name in it. It's literally a copy and paste. Forget it.
Wow.
And then that turns out that the person I was talking to was the daughter of the boss. And and she was like, well, all right, we'll sort out a meeting and go from there. And yeah, it was just lucky they didn't go, well, off you go then. Because, I think that I have landed exactly where I need to be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So what's your actual role with Trade Tools?
Well, I'm employed on my contract, it's a videographer and a voice actor. And, so it's...
That actually sounded really good.
Yeah. A bit of Barry
Just
White.
saying.
So videographers... Yes,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much, paid to do social media, but I also have to make sure that it's achieving what it needs to for Trade Tools.
Yeah, so you get shipped around different Trade Tools or around Brisbane and whatnot.
Yeah, we work. I'll do weekends and go and check out different Trade Tool stores, and I'm still sort of finding my feet there. We're teething through the problems, and yeah, it's good. It's different. I've got an office.
Yeah, I know, right?
Step into my office.
And what a nice, clean office that is.
Yeah, well, that's that's in a video room where so now I'm set up so I can record and start editing immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a bit of a leap of faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just sort of building your editing skills.
That has,
And-
that's yeah. I'm doing YouTube tutorials on the fly as I'm editing. Last week I was trying to put text over the video in Premiere Pro, and I did YouTube a tutorial, and right now I'm good at that. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's how I'm doing it.
A sort of a deep end situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're swimming,
I am. I'm
treading water.
just yeah.
You're doing well then.
Mm.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So, what is the future like for you, for Instagram, your own social media? Is just gonna
I've no idea.
just gonna focus on Trade Tools, or
Yeah, I find when I plan things out, and I suppose a lot of people are the same, where as soon as you plan things out, you get upset when they're not going the way you envision. So I try to live life just on the fly, and as long as the kids are smiling and fed, then I'm doing everything I need to do.
yeah.
And that's just hook in, see what happens, and go with the flow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last couple of years, few years actually, I've missed out a lot with my kids.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
just working and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
That's I've heard that a lot of times from a lot of people, and I thought it sort of sunk in. I don't want to, in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, I don't want to look back and think, shit, I should have not worried too much about the big picture and focus, because that's what you hear. I was too concerned about where I was going to be, You miss out on all the present, and then you can't get that back. I try and focus on drinking in the small moments and locking them in, remembering them.
So, when you first turned up, sort of give you a rundown on what the podcast is going to be covering as well.
Yeah.
And it turns out you got your own story there with PTSD. So
yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
A good transition into bringing that up. And if you're comfortable talking about it, we'll rip into that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we should. Within the last couple of months, I had I don't really know how to explain what happened. I was watching a movie, right, and there was a scene in it that it triggered something that I had no idea was lying dormant, and I went into this spiral, but I thought something was wrong with my brain, because when I was moving my head and I was getting these like flashes. It felt like electricity waves in my head, and I thought that there was something seriously wrong. And it turns out, I spiraled into this PTSD from the birth of my son. Crystal nearly died, and it was just sitting there waiting to show its head. And it's hard to it's hard to put into words how it catches you.
It's really bizarre how that works, isn't it? Like,
absolutely.
It hits people in different stages.
I think I have a theory on how it came about. At that point, he'd only just moved houses, and at the point that he'd moved houses, he'd only just got his new job. Then, literally the week that the PTSD started was when he lost the job and didn't know if Trade Tools were going to pick him up full time.
Yeah,
it was that weekend.
Sure, yeah. When you mentioned that you address PTSD and veterans and stuff, I thought it's perfect, because I've wanted to sort of get it out there that I haven't been game to do it on my social media, because it's got to be talked about.
It does, mate. Yeah, because it affects everyone differently as well. Do you think that it come about like it snuck up on you because at the time you might have been your mind was a bit busy with other things?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
And then
do you remember what trigger? It was a scene on a movie. It was
if you're comfortable talking about it.
I just want to try and get it out without crumbling. In the movie The Road, which is like a gritty post-apocalyptic bloody movie, at the start his wife gives birth to a kid, and it was just it was like a pretty primal. It was sort of a gritty look at birth and how it really is when you're in there. It's intense, and a lot of most people know that, but yeah, Crystal when she nearly. One sec.
You're right, man.
I got this. Yeah, she nearly died, and it was crazy. Never.
It's hard enough watching the birth of a kid.
Yeah.
Let alone having complications.
Yeah, the doctor's saying, "Get ready." She might not come back.
Wow.
That also breeds a bit of animosity towards the child, because
yes, it did.
You'd
absolutely, yeah.
Almost blame, like, this is because of you, sort of thing, and that's
exactly what happened too.
A human trait. Like, we associate pain with bad, so if the child has caused
the pain,
its mother pain,
yeah,
then it's
both
straight off the bat bad.
Both Crystal and I are neglected. Like we didn't attach to him for ages.
So it actually flowed through to both of you.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It shattered her too. It was 3 litres of blood in under 20 minutes.
Wow.
And it was so close to game over. And lucky that there was heaps of midwives in there, and luckily they hooked in and they saved a life that day.
Our medical system cops a lot of shit, but there's some amazing people that work in that field.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well,
amazing.
I everything.
Yeah, yep. Mate, I really appreciate you sharing that with with the listeners and the viewers. Like it's obviously not easy, and but you're right. It needs to be talked about because
Yeah,
if
shit.
we hold that shit in, like it just
You can't. You don't have the tools to deal with it yourself. You can't just try and not talk to people and say, "Oh, I got this. It fucking doesn't work like that. You can't do it.
yeah, that's right. Because it just manifests into this.
A creature that
Horrible
all of
beast.
a sudden, game over. Like
Exactly.
a lot of the times that's where it ends up in absolute bloody heartbreak for everyone involved.
So, how did you deal with it?
I went once. I went down to the doctor, and they said, "No, hold up, mate. I think you have to go and see, a specialised doctor because I don't think it's something to do with your brain." I thought maybe I was thinking, "Oh, shit, am I gonna this is the start of an aneurysm or something?" Because it was that physically, it was like electricity pulses in my head. That's the only way I can explain it. It's something to do with the serotonin. It's a flood of serotonin in your brain, and
It just sort of can't cope with it.
no, well, I couldn't even balance.
Wow.
And then they said, no, you need to go and see, ex-doctor, and I did. And and he told me exactly what it was, and then I addressed it with another doctor, and here I'm on the other side.
Yep.
You have to talk about the issues, the big issues. Even if you think they're not there, they fucking are.
I think it's important for people that are being told this stuff
Yeah.
from a friend to really not shrug it off as just another
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a big stigma about it.
There
about
is, yeah.
PTSD, anxiety, and depression. That some people just don't get it, and that's the whole goal.
don't. And there is a stigma. And I think there always will be, to some degree. And it's not even with, like a lot of people say, mostly with men because men are macho and that. But I've seen it with Crystal. She is just as hesitant to try and address it, as I am. And I think everyone. It's hard to just pour all your vulnerabilities out to anyone, even your best mates, your real, your real.
The biggest problem with pouring your vulnerabilities out is 9 times out of 10, as you grew up, you'd say something to someone in complete confidence, being vulnerable, showing your belly, and it would be used against you
Later down
almost straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or eventually it'd be used against you. So
Yeah.
you get your mind callous to say, no, I'm not sharing anything.
Your primal defense
Yeah.
mechanism is just don't put it out there because it'll come back. And
I'm only
it'll
ever going to
bite
be
you in the arse.
surface. You're over
Yeah.
only, and that's the same thing. Like with the Facebook videos and shit, you only see the surface. Like it's just how it is. You got all these people that have these perfect Instagrams. You meet them in person, they're just depressed messes.
I had a bloke. He was angry at me. I think it was a road rage thing one day, and I think there was this corny video that we watched at work at whatever job I was in, and it's like it was a perspective bloody video, and they said so they watched this video and it's a bloke yelling at the camera, angry looking, and then they said, okay, so old mate has just his wife's just left him and blah blah blah, and then you look at him yelling and you just pity him.
You see the pain
It's
in
like
his
so
eyes.
everyone's got their story. No matter, you don't just look at a situation for what it is right then and there. Like everyone's got their story. A lot of people are angry because they're sad.
As a coping mechanism.
Absolutely. I've always been pretty linear with my life. Never really cared about much or anything. I just sort of cruise along, nomad sort of, just do whatever. And then all of us, it was kids for me. As soon as I had Mia, I started everything I looked at, and too, as we all do, you start looking at things. Everything looks different. You don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Everything has a different meaning now. Every choice you make, every action you take, becomes more meaningful. And the things that used to mean heaps, when you were younger and carefree, the things that you spent a lot of time stressing and worrying about are trivial. You can't even remember the big issues you had, because all of a sudden you realise what is important in life is nothing like what you thought. Everything just goes whoop.
I had my first at 16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
wow.
I already had a full-time job, had my apprenticeship, but it was
3 kids over here.
Yeah.
16 is a very vulnerable age to have kids.
Well,
like,
I was growing up while raising a child.
yep.
Yeah.
But all I had instilled in my brain was anything that you do is going to be the building blocks.
Yeah.
Even down to I've got that thing where if I hear chewing, it makes me angry.
That's called misophonia.
No.
Misophonia, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because
I remember distinctly my son used to chew loud, and I'd flip.
you nip
A
it in the bud.
17-year-old kid going, shut up! Stop
Yeah.
chewing like that. Shut your mouth when you chew.
But
I couldn't
And
imagine.
then your
3
dad's
years-
coming in the room, stop masturbating in
Yeah.
your socks.
don't tell me what to do, Mom.
Yeah. That's my sock.
3 years on, he's yelling at the middle son, saying, "Don't eat like that." It actually bothers. So I've given my son a complex by
Yeah.
attacking him
Shit,
for something, and
Yeah.
it's
They are sponges.
it,
Don't- yeah, man.
it registered so
Absolutely.
heavily that
It's
I
not
feel
until you
bad for
see
it.
not until you see one of them portray a behaviour of your own,
Yeah,
and you think, whoa, it's just like, whoa, they actually, like nearly everything they learn up until they start going to daycare and they have these, the outside influences, everything is mostly you. And
Well, we made a concerted effort not to swear in front of the kids
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
very, very
Oh,
long
yeah.
time.
yeah.
I
And-
tried for about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hard.
And then the son takes you into the room, Mia and Atlas's room, and says, "Come here, look." Little 2-year-old walked me in. He's bragging about having gone onto Mia's bed and wormed out a big turd on the bed. He's like, but he was bragging. Check that out. Oh, look at that. That's massive.
Look how big it is, Daddy.
Oh my god. Fucking hell, mate.
How do you deal with that?
And then Mia's standing in the corner going, "There's a snake on me bed."
It's dead, man. It's a dead snake.
It's a brown snake and it stinks.
It's already decomposing.
Yeah, it's
Holy shit.
Caden finger painted our middle son with his shit all over his face.
Oh, I got
up
it
his
so
nose.
good. My boy's never done. I had a mate.
Really?
I had a mate whose twin daughters
Yeah.
painted each other, and I was just like,
Not
I'm
for
so
a joke.
lucky I didn't go through
That's
that.
horrifying.
That's not cool at all.
Yeah, when you're an adult, you pay heaps for that sort of behaviour.
Go to the German clubs.
Yeah.
Never been before though.
Well, that
I
turned
heard.
south very quick, guys. That's,
Yeah.
Bunch of corrupt.
You know, when the roller coaster dips, you got to go with it.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm screaming already.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a good photo to have there.
Yeah.
So,
I like it. It's
Yeah.
it is a really nice photo. That's why I chose it.
good girl.
Yeah.
She's patient. I'll tell you what.
Oh,
I put up with the kids. I'm good. Like she's lucky she's got me. I think. Look after the kids, and Crystal's always on the piss. And are you gonna help out, Crystal?
So we keep.
In a minute. No, she's an angel. She does everything, guys. She's the rock.
yeah. No, women are strong, eh?
Way.
Stronger than us.
If it was up to men to give birth, humans would be extinct.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But
self-preservation,
we'd have more
we're
ice.
smart.
Oh no! Well, hey, come on! Like, let's be honest here. Like, seahorses, the male seahorse is the one that carries the
Yeah, but
eggs.
they don't have to. bust
Do you
it
ever
out of
look at
every-
a
But
male
that's one out
seahorse?
of one species out of how
Yeah.
many?
Do you ever look at a male seahorse and not have pity?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you look at the female seahorses like, you bitch.
Yeah.
Out there gallivanting
Getting
around the
a free
neighborhood.
ride.
You can
Yeah.
see in their nose. The males are nose down all the time.
Oh, yeah. The females swim like this.
They're almost straight.
Yeah, it's hard, Yakka. it's not until you witness it firsthand you realise how
strong they are.
It's unbelievable how tough they are. I couldn't do it. No way.
Nope.
Yeah, Chris had done both our kids all natural and just didn't make a noise the whole time. Just a warrior.
Just dealt with it.
I was making more noise. I was sitting in the chair in the corner of the room going, ah! Someone give me the nos.
Eden was juiced to the gills.
Well, yeah.
She was,
Well, see, my ex got epidural and it didn't work.
Right.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, I need to go to the loo. And they're like, oh, we'll get a wheelchair. And she's like, nah, fuck it, I'll walk.
Yeah.
And then she got up and walked and they were just dumbfounded, like, oh, we just put a needle in your spine.
Yeah. Your spine should be broken from there down.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, but I got to piss. Hold on.
I'm like, Jesus, man, I can walk on water.
Yeah, well, Crystal had the option of like, they all do with me over there, our first one. And she was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh, that big needle in the spine. Let's not do that. And then all of a sudden you realise, fuck, get that needle.
Yeah.
Quick, too late now.
Because the gas ain't working.
Yeah.
Working for me. Oh, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I never
jacked
got
it
to
up.
have a go. I was so spewing.
I was afraid if I had it, I'd just drop.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I popped it up. 'Cause they were she had the... we went in the morning and she was in lots of pain and she's like, I want the epidural. And it was almost timed. Every time they'd come in, she was in too much pain to say anything. And it happened 3 times in a row.
How hard is it watching
Yeah.
the most important person in the world to go through what that is, like what they go through?
That's why when they'd leave, boom, contractions gone, I'd say, do you want it? And she's like, yes, I want it.
Nurse!
I was like, well,
Quick!
tell them then.
Press all the buttons,
Yeah. The nurse came in and she's like, went up to Eden and said, hey, do you want the epidural? Eden couldn't reply. She went to walk out. I snapped a little bit. I was like, oi, fucking come back here.
Oh, they'd get that heaps. Angry husbands.
Yeah, I was like, oi,
partners.
give her the epidural.
Absolutely.
And she's like, your wife needs to sign off on it. Like, there's
They're going,
She's in a coma, like,
Yeah.
And then I said to her, just nod. She's, yeah, cool. As soon as she had the epidural, it was happy days. It went from a stressful situation to, I was watching the Mayweather-McGregor fight.
Oh, don't
on her
say
lap.
that. He wasn't.
I was. on her
Eden,
lap.
he wasn't.
She was there. Anyway, if it wasn't for the live stream, it kept getting canned.
See, what you just witnessed was a self-destruct button. Ooh.
She said I could-
golden buzzer.
Oh, did she?
yeah.
She was up ahead, mate.
So,
Eden, no, wait, Mayweather's about to win.
yeah. 5 rounds in, mate.
Didn't Connor?
Just give me that nitrous. The fight's nearly over.
Wasn't Connor going to win?
I try and do a lot of charity work when I can, as much as possible, because I want to use the little platform, this little thing I've built to try and help as much as I can. Because whether or not it's me trying to balance out my own karma for the shitty things I done when I was a young invincible person.
He used to litter.
Yeah, I lit it, I was like, oh. But so I try and do as much as I can because I got so much empathy for people now, but it's hard. It's a burden too because I'll do something and then everyone, a lot of people start messaging me asking for help as well, and it's like I want to help everyone out, but I cannot. I just can't help everyone. I want to be able to, but I just can't do it.
Exactly the same way. Like, I mean, the reason I started the podcast was to help, and even last night, I'll tell you a story. This guy, and he's just bawling his eyes out.
Yeah, right.
I was like, what the hell's going on here? He said, I'm lost. I don't know where I am. He said, I grew up in Brisbane. I've got no idea where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I said, where do you need to go? Told me where he needed to go. Luckily enough, it was our bus that was going there.
Right.
I said, jump on, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, of course.
We'll get you home.
Yeah.
And I had a really good chat to him. Attempted suicide.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Like, he tried to bloody neck himself in the shed and the rope broke.
Fuck.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh,
and
That's not a sign. I don't
like,
know what it is.
to hear that out of someone's mouth is just horrific.
Fuck,
And I said, man, that's an omen. That means you're supposed to be here.
But on the same note too, I don't believe in things that are meant to be and omens and stuff, because you don't want people thinking, well, maybe I should just try it, and if it doesn't work, then that means I'm meant to be here. Like it.
True.
It's hard because well, I've lost two mates of mine in high school killed themselves when they were 16 and 17, and I'm like, fucking hell, like how I still to this day can't understand how much hurt they're in to be able to go through with it, and if only the fucking rope did break for them, you know.
And that reminds me, I don't really want to say his name, but
Yeah.
I had a first year apprentice under me, and he was 14. He wasn't meant to be doing what he was doing. Happiest guy ever. Just the most chill, like a bit of a fucking, he's young.
Yeah.
But
Weren't we all?
yeah, exactly. And the night that he did it, walked in, had dinner, laughed, I'm going for a walk, and then went to the park and gone. It was, he was in a bit of a slump, and
How old?
he would have been 15 at that point.
Fuck that.
But to be,
Scary. That is horrifying. To
but
think.
I was the person he was hanging out with for the month leading up to that.
Yeah.
And he was in a bit of a slump, and that was on the up and up. He was earning money, he was doing well, he was learning, had something to look forward to.
That's what you see. Yeah, that's what they're.
And
Yeah.
same thing with the apple. You
Yeah.
don't see what's underneath. He was all smiles, talking about all the shit he's going to do, all this stuff he's going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And
Well,
then
how many
all of a sudden he was
times?
gone.
How many times when you're in a bit of a low patch, you have everyone around you convinced that they haven't seen this decline. They haven't seen any of that. They think you're still just exactly where you
right.
are.
You're about the only person that I'll ever go, man, I'm struggling. Like, my brain is done.
Yeah, same, vice versa. Yeah, it's hard to. Well, I think it's easier for me now to be vulnerable to people around me, because I had that. Like all of a sudden I realised, whoa, it can just go pear shaped, like
In
you
a
got
blink of an eye.
no
Like, and
control.
it happened to you. Like,
Yeah. And vulnerability is it's a fucking shame. It's a damn shame that it's looked at like a
Stigmatized.
weakness. Well, it's not a weakness. You have to be vulnerable to progress. You have to become vulnerable to deal with something and move on and learn to grow from it. Once you can put it out there truthfully and honestly with yourself, then you can actually you'll move past it and grow from it, and grows like fast and strong once you deal with something big.
I think one of the main parts is to deal with it yourself as well and admit it to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
Not admitting that there's a problem there when there's clear signs.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do you any good.
Yep.
Guys, this has been amazing, this conversation. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you, man.
This has been fabulous and
Yes.
an eye-opener, and I'm glad people get to see the human side of you apart from the entertainment and whatnot. And
Yeah, well, that's one of the biggest things, sort of like people to think is every single person, no matter where it is, you're in traffic or whatever's going on, you get angry and upset with someone. Just remember, whoever that is, they've got their story, and it might be a story that you've never ever experienced. Something, people have everyone has gone through their hard trots in whatever light. A big thing when the doctor said to me that you've got post-traumatic fucking stress disorder, I got this a wave of guilt, right? Because I thought, I don't deserve, I shouldn't be whinging about what's happened to me, because my kids are happy, they're healthy, they're smiling. but yet it feels sort of selfish, right? Because the stories I know of PTSD is people that have gone to war and watched all this chaos fall around them, and I think I shouldn't have it because I haven't experienced that.
I'll tell you a story. On my
But-
last podcast, I interviewed a Navy veteran.
Yeah,
He never saw combat.
Yeah.
Right? He was
Yeah.
a Marine tech, right? Never saw combat. He's got depression and whatnot. He's in the VA, and he felt guilty because he was taking a veteran spot that had lost a leg or
Yeah, right.
you know what,
Yeah.
and the guy that was looking after him said that is categorically not true.
Yeah, right.
It is not the way it works.
Yeah.
Just because you're in here for something that someone
doesn't matter
has something worse,
yeah.
it does not mean that you're not suffering.
That's exactly what was weighing on me. I thought as soon as he said PTSD, I thought I'm not worthy of having that.
Of the title.
Yes, that's right. Because you tie PTSD up with people that have seen and given huge everything, and
Yep.
I thought, but don't feel like that.
So from here, we got on a bit of a tangent. So we're going to get onto things that Brad's eaten.
Yeah.
But I don't like coriander, so
Dude.
Oi,
Oh man.
you just lost a whole before you watch
So,
your followers go down.
Shout out to GYG.
yeah, good money, Gomez, my boys.
Get rid of the coriander.
Yeah, cut the coriander out, guys.
It tastes like burnt.
Shit.
No, just burnt.
Just Ajax. Tastes like
Ajax.
Jif. Ooh, who poured Jif
I
in
can't
me?
honestly say that I've
burrito.
tasted Ajax.
Well, I've eaten a
And
lot
I
of
was a
obscure
shitty kid.
stuff. Best. Did you see the one where I ate the spiders? Have you seen that? The
Golden
like
orbs.
Yes.
big golden orb weavers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was New Year's last year.
Yes.
Well, there was a cockroach in the mix too.
Yes, yeah, I ate him.
I came
And
late.
actually, that
You know what?
I ate
Fuck it, I'm bringing it up.
I ate the cockroach before I had worked in the live sewers and realised just what cockroaches. So, do you know there's a thing in the sewer system of wherever you are? It's called night soil, right?
No, it's oil.
It's poop particles.
No,
I'm going to
night,
hand that over to you. You find it.
night soil, right? And what night soil is it's cockroaches shit, but the cockroaches eat shit and then re-shit that shit. So it's re-shat shit. Don't eat cockroaches. Get them up to at least 70 degrees Celsius because
Who would have thought cockroaches are gross?
didn't
That's
make me
crazy.
sick. What's this? I think this one I ate a heap of raw steak. That was a good one. Asbesty boys down there. No, go down.
Down.
Yeah, you'll see us in the
Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
That was legend.
Asbesty
Let's
Boys.
have a go at that one. Nailed it.
I haven't been in trouble for the copyrights yet. The songs, audio. Do you know about? Yeah,
I have, yeah. I've used a couple of sound clips.
Yeah. So welcome to
Fucking
1996.
PC Nazis.
How
How
touching that?
How dare you use somebody else's music to
Yeah.
to boost your own fame?
Yeah. So the things I've eaten. Special note to wasps, right? I ate a paper wasp's nest with all the eggs and stuff in it because one of them stung me daughter right in between the eyes. So I
A
thought,
paper wasp.
Come back
Yeah,
with
Oh,
a
they don't sting.
they
I'm
are
sorry. They
angry.
Are vicious.
They are one of the
Those
angriest
big
wasps.
long fucking things.
Nah, they're
No,
European.
hornets.
They're European wasps.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we had this argument.
Paper wasps are the little ones with their long couple of legs on the bottom. They're only little, and they look, what's
Like
he
they
going to
look
do?
innocent.
It's tiny. But they are fast and aggressive. And one got me daughter
Oh,
right
the little
between
black
the eyes.
ones.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've walked through the palm trees.
Yeah,
the front
yeah.
there. Oh
Next
god.
time.
Yeah, they
Eat
love
it.
getting you when you're mowing and vulnerable. You can't hear
Yeah.
me, and then all of a sudden,
You're having a
yeah,
fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so one got me daughter in between the eyes, and I thought, I'll show you. I'm going to eat all your children.
Brad and Genghis Khan
So
on the colony.
I killed the adults with fire, and then I grabbed the nest off and God, what now? And it made me that sick.
Oh really?
It was level of bitter I've never experienced in my life.
Oh,
But I was
probably
committed.
ate
I
poison.
commit fast.
Venom. You ate venom.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So wasps were the worst.
That for a run. That's one piece.
For
of
anyone
rump
who's
steak.
watching
That's
this on
good
YouTube.
size. It looks bloody delicious too.
If you're vegan,
Doesn't it
don't
look
watch
good?
it.
Yeah, vegan. Nah, hook in. Yeah, you'll be right.
Once
Good
that's
for you.
cooked, it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to salt it up, pepper it up.
You tag Peter in it.
No.
It is good.
Yeah. Spiders,
Tell you what,
spiders were good.
that's a good cut of meat. That's a good bloody cut of meat, that is. That's
Hey?
a good one.
Yeah, golden orbs. Yeah.
I
think I ate 5 there last time I got into them.
started making my own jerky.
Oh yeah, I've done a bit of that.
Got the old Aldi
this morning.
dehydrator out there. Yeah.
That's the exact same dehydrator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, my mum had that.
I love Aldi.
Yeah, the cockroach was a shocker once I realised how they live.
Oh, that even looked disgusting, bro. That was...
They're too fast. Not many. I can pick spiders and stuff up, but cockroaches,
They're too shifty.
you know, you shouldn't be that quick and have wings. What do we got? Yeah, the motorbike one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey guys,
shit
about to
talking,
Oh,
mate.
this is fucking
ride
hilarious.
home my motorcycle, and if anyone wants to race me, I'm not even scared. I'll race you. I'll race you. I had to pop a big wheel stand. So I rode home and done a big wheel pop. Popped the wheel, and it was sick. But you know that's what you get when your bike can do 600 k an hour. I done 600 on one-handed. Curious. I was doing 600 once, and I was like, I gave you speed some of the finger. I was going that fast. The officers, the police, I was going that fast. The police officer's head exploded. Blew the windows out on 5Ks. I just, boom. And then I slowed it down to like 350 and just putted home.
I think one of my other favourites has got to be... Where is it? This one.
Oh yeah.
This is my all-time
Have you
favourite.
heard the audio on this one? No. Yeah, I'll give you the.
You sent it to me before you put it up, I think.
Yeah, to prove it.
We're gonna go for lunch.
And this audio too.
Direct hit. Target destroyed.
This audio was.
Take a whiskey! Take a whiskey! There's too many of them coming! They're everywhere! Get behind us! I didn't sign up for this shit!
That's when you started doing the fastest thing. all
I'm
the
here,
time.
Cap.
Yeah.
I'm here. My plane went down. I'm sinking, Cap. I'm sinking.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Lieutenant Dan.
And that minute Monday in a minute 20 or whatever it was, the one just before that where I was sleeping.
This one here,
So
yeah.
have you seen? Have you watched? Shaun of the Dead,
Yeah.
Lock, Stock, I think, or the Guy Ritchie movies where it'll go from like cut, zoop, zoop,
Yep.
zoop, zoop. He's just had a piss and brushed
Yes.
his teeth. Yeah, so that sort of I like that.
I've tried that
as
as
a
well.
director, yeah, and I
Yep.
went. That was behind this one. Yeah, the bits on the bike are great. Boom. It's 48 snaps or something like that.
Yeah, dig into Pad C. Let's tear into it today, fellas. Smoko! Yeah, government taxes fuel prices. Back to it. Lunchtime.
Healthy, eh? That was actually a good day.
Conversations. Next.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I put that edit out, right? I put it out, and then I went back to it. I was going to put a new video together, and I thought, oh, just have a look at that and put an audio track over it, and then put this audio track over it, and I was like, fuck, that's way better now.
Yeah.
But I can't backtrack too late.
No, mate, I love what you do. Like in the world that we live in today,
Yeah.
with all the bullshit going on with the politics and I just think everyone needs a good laugh, and you're really nailing it.
I get heaps of messages too from people just thanking me personally, saying like I've been struggling, here and there, and had a real down time, and then you just sort of you give me a smile again, and that means everything, eh?
Yeah, man.
All of a sudden that I realise, it is all worth it. No, I've known that. Yeah, for the first time I got a message like that, it was like profound.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about where it takes me career-wise and everything. If I'm making, if I'm helping anyone through a rough trot that I can relate to, or even if I can't, it doesn't matter. If I'm helping people get through shit, then that's I'm doing everything.
And
I
that
need to.
response that you get can also help you as well. Like,
Yeah.
pick you up as well.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I get messages like that, it gives me like another second wind. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it.
I'm so glad you responded. Like I had doubts. Because I'm no one on here, like on social media. I'm slowly
matter,
building up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are.
If you're a good person.
If you got the right thing in mind, then people should always help.
Yeah.
I always will. There's just so much in life that how much do you learn? Every week, every fortnight, you think, whoa, like I learned this. I got to make sure the kids learn that. You're always. Life is never not busy. It is always busy.
Yeah. And make sure you pass all the good shit down to your kids.
Shit, yeah.
Brad and I
absolutely.
hang out a lot.
Yeah.
If we don't see each other for like 4 days, we've got a whole weekend of shit that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Just new information. We're always trying to develop our minds and learn anything we can. Constantly learning.
Yep.
And that all came from being like giving yourself up, pouring it out, and being the vulnerable person that you don't want to be. That's where it all starts. Once you have the hard conversations, that's where you fucking really begin to grow.
Yep.
Yeah. Have the hard conversation, guys.
Yeah.
Get in there and
Absolutely.
have the hard one, and you watch what happens.
And if someone's reaching out, fucking reach back.
Fuck shit, yeah. Always, yeah. Never ever turn someone away that is asking for help, even as minuscule as you might think it is or seems. Yeah, if someone has got the nerve to ask for help, for a lot of people that's a big step. That's hard.
Or even seeing the sign of it's a reach out, but it's not word for word. Knowing your friends enough to see the signs that there is something wrong.
Ask them, yeah.
Ask them, yeah.
Don't wait for them to reach out.
Yeah.
Ask, yeah.
Yeah,
How you doing,
definitely.
mate? It's
sure.
that easy.
And I just want to give a big shout out also to pages like Blokes Advice,
Yeah.
Brothers Unite,
Absolutely.
Man Cave.
Yeah.
Like,
Massive.
you guys are doing fantastic stuff.
Shit, yeah.
You guys have copped a lot of flack over the years as well.
Don't we all? They got a
you
lot
know.
of risky stuff on there, but that's
Oh,
they
yeah.
do so much good,
Yeah.
and help raise awareness of things that you don't realise are so. You read an article on there, someone's story, and you think, fucking hell. And all of a sudden, he's gone from this dreadful, horrible place in his life, and he's reached out, and he's able now. He's got the tools now to fix everything and become a whole new man, and not have to carry this drag of this huge weight around.
And
behind
people
him.
are realising that they're not the only ones.
Yeah,
That a lot of people are going through exactly the
nearly
same thing.
Everyone has a story. Like some are worse than others, but to each individual, their low parts of their story are as bad as it gets. If you can't compare one story to another. Yeah, well, but I done this. So what? Doesn't matter. That wasn't. my lowest point was this, and that's when I felt the shittest.
Yep.
Everyone, it's you. Yeah, it's.
And don't fob somebody else off because they had different experience to you.
Or you
No,
don't think
you
that experience is worthwhile.
Mm.
Saying, oh, that's not even that bad. You have no idea.
Yeah, you don't know exactly
No
what
idea.
that person
And be
is
on,
going through.
be fucking honest with your mates, especially.
Guys, I'm going to wrap it up there.
Roger.
You blokes have been amazing. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast, and I wish you both all the best in the future.
Thanks for
More than
having us.
happy.
And
You too.
I look forward to seeing a lot more
Yeah, for sure. Well,
on Instagram. And
5 minutes up the road, we'll have to meet up again.
yeah, for sure, man. Well, where can everyone find you? Don't give them their home
No,
address.
absolutely.
Unit 3.
Yeah. Yeah, just jump onto whatever platform you want. It's all of them are Madman Brad now, and just have a look at what it's all about. But I'm not just a larrikin. And if you watch the video where I ate the lizard, I didn't eat the lizard. I love animals. I hunted when I was younger, but I got too much empathy now. I can't even kill a cane toad properly. And they're obnoxious.
Oh, that's just not Australian.
No.
Well, not Queenslander anyway.
No, I just knock them out and give them to the dog. He's still sleeping. I don't do that.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Rogie. Thanks for having us.